Hi everyone. Today we are going to see the poem Because I Could Not Stop for Death by Emily Dickinson. This poem is also from the 6th unit of PGTRB English Literature. This poem is written by Emily Dickinson. She is an American poet and she is also fondly called as death poet because most of her themes of the poem will be of death. That's why she is called as death poet, and this poem is also deals with the death. So let's move into the poem. Because I could not stop for the death starts with a carriage coming towards the house of Emily Dickinson. The carriage comes and stops in front of the house. Emily Dickinson is so busy doing her routine work. She is very busy doing all the works and she is working from day to night all the 24 hours continuously without remembering anything else other than this. She is working. Other than working, nothing she thinks of. At that time, there comes a carriage. In that carriage, there was a suitor or a lover. A lover is coming, a gentleman is coming in the carriage. So, this Emily Dickinson does not have time to stop for death. And so, the carriage comes and stops in front of the house. So, in order to have some return courtesy, this lady gets out of the house and gets into the carriage of the suitor. And the suitor takes her in the carriage and they are moving forward. Death has no haste and death is not going to take away the life abruptly. So this death is taking this Emily Dickinson in his carriage. While moving, they cross a school and Emily Dickinson sees out. While she sees out, she sees children playing square during their interval time. And when they move further, she also sees gazing fields. The people are cutting and creeping, binding the grains. This is also seen by that lady. Later, the sun is setting in the evening. After the sunset, they are moving further. While moving further, she feels the chillness and the snow dews falling from the sky. And at that time, she comes to the consciousness and she understands that she is wearing some glimpsy dresses. That meaning she wears glimpsy gossamer thread dress. That meaning she is wearing a fine cardboard kind of a transparent dress she is wearing, that she understands. Then she is having a soft tippet meaning kind of cap that she wears with a soft cloth. Then she understands and realizes that particular gentleman, suitor, may be her seducer, like that she thinks. Anyhow, the horse moves forwards. At last, the horse carriage stops in front of the graveyard. That is called as the house of death. In front of the house of death, the horse carriage stops, and there is a bump-like appearance on the earth. So that indicates that that place is a graveyard, and she is taken to the graveyard like that. She realized that the head of the horse is facing towards the eternity. So with this, the poem gets over because this poem is a short poem consisting of only 6 stanzas. Yet the poetess has used plenty of symbols in this poem. And first and foremost, she uses and she says death as a gentle lover. The gentle lover is not hasty, not fast at all, and the gentleman is taking her for a drive casually and gently. and he is showing no urgency to take away her life. That is one of the symbols used here, and he was taking her to the end of immortality. That is also one of the points. Then this poem can be classified into three phases. The first phase indicates that Emily Dickinson's life was so busy initially and she was working round the clock all the time. That was indicated, and the busy life is introduced by showing the school children playing square during their interval, and the cutting and binding of grains in the field, then sun setting. All those things were showing the busy life of people. That is the first phase. The second phase shows the death, that is she was taken to the house of death. That is second phase. Third phase shows the eternity, immortality. That is what the third phase. So this poem has introduced three things, three characters, that is busy life, death and immortality. The poetess wears glimpsy dresses. It is not the dress of burial. It is not a burial dress at all. It is a bridal dress actually. So she is going to be one with God in the heaven maybe. In immortality, during her life in heaven, she may join with God. And most of a poem deals with the heavenly betrothal than the earthly betrothal. So she always talks of this immortality and death in most of her poems. Go to the poem and understand. Thank you.